Jackson. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome, 𝐊𝐤𝐶𝐫𝐞, a member of the panel.
Thank you, Carol.
Good afternoon, Jackson.
Good afternoon.
My name is 𝐉𝐚𝐜𝐤𝐬𝐨. I'm a member of this selection panel.
Yes, Professor.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Karibu sana, Jackson. My name is 𝐉𝐚𝐼𝐶, member of this panel.
Good afternoon, Mr. Kibot.
Good afternoon.
My name is Fatuma Ali Saman, a member of the panel. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Dr. Kiboro.
Good afternoon.
Na karibu sana. My name is 𝐍𝐝𝐞𝐫𝐞 and I'm a member of the panel.
Asante sana, Barozi.
Nikana kwamba mngefurahia Kiswahili kidogo. Tutumie lugha ama Kiingereza.
I am competent.
You are confident
In all the languages,
in all the languages.
but I would like to prefer English.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So as I said at the beginning, we are grateful and congratulate you for being shortlisted for this position of member of the IEBC Commission. We would like you to introduce yourself to us and just mention in a short time a bit about your profile and the competencies that you bring and how those are suited for the position that you applied for as a member of the IEBC Commission. So I'll let you to start with your introduction, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Dr. Jackson Kiboro, or Jackson Dere Kiboro. I was born in a subunit of a village called Karuma. It is in the Marimanti location, Tharaka South Sub-County, Tharaka Nithi County, Eastern Region of the Republic of Kenya, some 37 years back. I started my academic journey in Kamatungu Primary School from 1995 to 2002, where I ended by a Kenya Certificate of Primary Education, KCPE, and I scored 348 marks out of possible 500. I proceeded to Kajiondodhi High School. Kajiondodhi is in the Meru South, currently Mudhambi Sub-County, from 2003 to 2006. Those are 4 years, 2003 to 2006. I did by KCSE, and I scored a B+ of 72 points. That was a very poor performance because my dad had cleared the school fees. He expected me to perform, and it equipped me with my character trait that when you are facilitated, you have nothing but to deliver. You have nothing but to deliver. So a B+ of 72 points was not taken lightly by my dad, but nevertheless he persuaded me to continue my academic journey. In between, before I joined the university, according to the culture of that time, you were supposed to stay for 2 years before joining university. For those 2 years, I worked in the community as a PTA teacher in Waroko Primary from 21st April 2007 to 30th June 28, where I was a PTA teacher for mathematics. And those who are listening to me and those who are seeing, they can attest that I pushed the miniscore from 28% from that school to 67%. And also to thank the parents of that school because they were paying me a lot. I was being paid 2,000 shillings per month. That time, it was a lot of money, and it was a lot of money. Then I proceeded to the University of Nairobi, where I was admitted on 13th October on Monday at 2:46 p.m. I am a sticker of details because this job does not require to gamble. Does not require to gamble. I go 2:46 p.m. But then registrar Bwana Mwawero, I want to thank him, where I did my BA, double major options in economics and sociology, and I I graduated in 2012 with the second degree honors upper division. And devolution came. When devolution came, I was employed as a ward administrator. And I worked along the way. But luckily, my dad is a consumer of education. He values education, and I consider it to appreciate him. Flew me to South Africa for my master's in economics. I came back. That one between 2013 to around 15, I finished. I came back. I did a very good work in the administration department. From there, my dad still was confident of me. He was confident. He flew me back again for my PhD. I finished. When I came, I was promoted to the principal administrator. I worked very well and became very honest. I was deployed to the finance department. And currently, I am in the special program, handling MBNDP program, both at the sub-county level and the other levels. Panel, I want to say this. All that one is because of God. Nashukuru zaidi kwa Mwenyezi Mungu. I want also to thank this panel for shortlisting me. May you feel valued and appreciated. Without God and without you, I could not be here. In all my career journey up to today, I want to say I'm a believer. Ambassador, I'm a believer. I fear the Lord. Even if I'm effective, efficient, result-oriented, dependable, non-aligned, if I don't fear the Lord, if I'm not a believer, I become a dangerous bomb linked to explode in the commission. We must fear God, Professor. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. I have acquired various skills that are a key to this position. One of the skills I have acquired, there are three. One, administrative skills. And administrative skills, we have a skill called intelligence gathering or a consumer of intelligence. A consumer of intelligence person or a person who is a consumer of information is very key to this position because he or she will be in control of the activities. Bwana Makanda, when voting is ongoing, a good example, let's say in Ndori Primary, Msambweni, in the Kwale, Mwitoko Primary, Luanda, Sub-County, Vihiga, Ndakare Primary, Wajir West, Kieranzi Primary, Raka North. If you are not a consumer of intelligence, then you are periodical report. You are likely to give, you are more likely not to capture them, and the people will not have confidence in you. You must be able to know what is happening. You must be in control. When you hear someone mentioning activities from this one to this one to this one, it tells you he is in control. Ambassador, a good example. And I'm not saying, I'm going to give an example. A voting has started across the country, and in the Kanga primary, Kanga in Kitui, voting has not started. No reasons, or there is some chaos. And I'm not saying the people of Kitui are chaotic. No, there are some chaos. And as a commissioner, I don't know. How are those people there going to take me? So that one is a skill that I have learned. Number two, stickler to details. Stickler to details. This is not a position to guess. Stickler to details. Election is about adherence to the rules and the regulations to avoid irregularities and in data management. as a commissioner, I must be able to give accurate data, verifiable, and the traceability of data. Number 3, another skill I have learned, teamwork. I'm a teamwork player. I get along with very well with colleagues. They can attest while they are watching me. Na mimi sio mtu wa mambo mengi. Mimi ni mtu mcha Mungu. And I believe if I get kwa mapenzi ya Mwenyezi Mungu, if I get this position, the country will have a competent based electoral commissioner by the name of Dr. 𝐍𝐝𝐞𝐫𝐞. Thank you.
Thank you. How did you acquire all these skills just at 36?
Being mentored by my seniors. Obeying and learning. I was mentored by my seniors and also my dad. My dad is a stickler of details. If my mind and handake, and I report to my dad, he will start at what time did you start feeding all those one? Not Ngabo. A sticker of details.
Excellent.
We don't want to have a commission that will say, "Atujui nani amepata." No. We want a commission, a sticker, detailed.
Thank you. I'll turn you over to Madam Linda.
Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Kiboro, I must admit that your firmness in your religious belief is quite admirable. And with that, we've had some of your skills. We've had some of the skills that you have elaborated to this panel. But in addition to that, in addition to the skills that you have acquired in the course of your career journey, what relevant experience do you bring to the table if, in the event you're taken up as one of the commissioners of IEBC?
Come again, Madam Linda.
What relevant experience do you bring to the table in the event you're taken up as an IEBC commissioner?
Very good. I have over 10 years experience, not at a junior level, but at a senior level, of duty allocation with clear and definite deliverables. This is very important because during elections, I witnessed a scenario, and sorry to say this, a scenario where duty is allocated a first delay, and in between, there are errors that has have far consequences. Number 1, I have a skill of duty allocation. Number 2, supervision skill. That's an experience, supervising skill. I will supervise the secretariat, data analyst. Number 3, problem solving skills. Problem solving skills. Experience. Also experience. I have experience in solving problems. If, for instance, someone has been shortchanged, I know we sit down at an IEBC level, trying to solve that problem. I have that experience of arbitration.
In the course of your career, have you experienced a high-pressure environment where your leadership skills have been tried and tested? And if so, in very short words, could you please share that experience with this panel?
Oh, yes. There was a time when some some people, some officers, junior officers, yes, it was a very pleasant time. They misbehaved when I was an administrator in a function where our first governor was. That was in 2016, 21st July. They misbehaved. They were senior officers, but because they were landed to the governor, they thought they could come and join the other dancers. They could join other dancers and praise the governor. That was 2016, and I was the administrator. This was not taken lightly. That one pressurized the governor. He called me and told me, Jackson, I want a recommendation for their sacking. Magistrate, want their recommendation for their sacking. But after that one, I talked to him that these are young people. They were just happy. They need to be reoriented and taken for induction courses at the School of Government. So they were taken. Instead of them showing being sacked, they were taken. That one is an experience I gained.
Thank you very much, Dr. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. I would like to ask Madam Caro Kituku to ask you some questions. Kindly, Caroline.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Dr. Jackson 𝐍𝐲𝐞𝐫𝐞. I admire your journey, your academic journey, and I'm grateful. South Africa has been kind to you. Let's come back to Kenya, to the job you're applying before at the IEBC. So you know there is this thing called party hopping. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Would you tell us what it is?
Party hopping is where candidates move from one party to another or align with one party to another aligning from one party to another. And I will give an example kwa Kiswahili. I will jag kwa Kiswahili. Pale hii ni pale ugombea tofauti unatoka kwa hii party to another bila kufuatilia katiba. Okay? In our language, I don't want to use that uncanny language. Wacha tu ikae. We call them political dwarfs. Those do party hopping. You move from one party to another without bila kuangalia mswada bila kuwa cleared by IEBC. You know, if you move from one party to another, you change.
What do you call them? Political what? Okay, let's...
I don't want the politician to weigh on my neck, but I can talk them out of this one.
All right, let's move on. So at what point under the law, particularly the Political Parties Act, is a person deemed to have resigned or quit a political party? At
what point of that?
At what point in law? Okay? Under the Political Parties Act particularly, is a person deemed to have resigned from a political party or to be said to have left or quit that political party?
Oh, thank you.
Explain to us maybe 5 circumstances that applies that will demonstrate that a person has been deemed to have left that political party.
Number 1, when you disagree with the political agenda of the party and write to the registrar of political parties, quit that party. Number 2, when your association with another political party that did not sponsor you to a director post, when you are seeing associating yourself more on the management. An example, I have been elected by a party called the Elephant. An example, a party called the Elephant in the parliament. But when I go there, I see this party called the Elephant, tumekosana, tuseme na the party leader, I join a party called Donkey. It's an example. I join a party, or I am seen associating with it, with the party called Donkey. I am not going to name those parties because I should have been unaligned. Number 3, or when I become independent, or an independent candidate to join a political party. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I wish you well, Daktari. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Madam Koki. It's your time to ask some questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Dr. Kiboro,
Yes.
your enthusiasm is infectious. So, and I am very excited to interact with you, and I am appreciating the fact that you have restrained yourself, because should you be successful, you will appear in front of those politicians. So we have to tread a little careful.
Yes.
Anyway, I want to ask you a question relating to voter registration, and specifically relating to the very low turnout of people of your age and below. First, all the, even last year's, the report of Kofi Annan Foundation and other international observers indicated that despite the fact that quite a number of youth had identity cards, and some even were registered, they didn't show up to vote. With your enthusiasm, your experience, what are the strategies do you think, if you're successful, you can specifically employ to entice young people, first, those who are potential voters and are not registered but have identity cards to register, and 2, those who are already registered to actually engage in the electoral processes of their country? And don't tell me you are using technology and WhatsApp and social media. Just think of innovative ways that you can use your infectious enthusiasm to actually galvanize the young voters, to potential voters, to register, number 1, and those who are registered to actually go out and vote in 2027.
Thank you. Thank you, Ambassador. You have talked of a statement of enticing. The Commission will not entice voters to vote.
Please let me withdraw that.
Yes.
What I meant is galvanizing them. Okay, you know, like mobilizing, you know, community mobilization of the young people and galvanizing them, not enticing them with money or any other resources, but actually trying to get them to register, and those that are registered to actually participate and vote.
Thank you, Ambassador. Thank you for that withdrawal, because we are being watched. Number 1. Yeah, number 1. We will agree with. I am angry with you, Ambassador. We have a lot of voter turnout apathy. This is because of not care attitude and lethargy, because many youth feel hopelessness. Even if I registered and go to vote, I'm not getting anything. However, as a commissioner, I will come up with what to call electoral reform. With a very electoral reform, is a tool that has been tested and retested, not only in not in this country, but in other countries. I'm not going to mention them because Kenya has some diplomatic ties with them. Electoral reform that has a very good plan. Number 1, I will prepare to plot in terms of population, and number 3, I will educate them, voter education. Ambassador Koch, you have talked about technology. I want to tell this team, you have talked about technology. Allow me to expound that one. We cannot rule out technology in the current political terrain. In the current political terrain. In fact, I had not, if I could have my laptop, I would have illustrated to this panel how people will register from home and vote from home. I would have just a step by step illustrated here. There is a system I've developed, step by step. So I think I will improve or enhance voter education. Today, everybody in Kenya knows a vote is more powerful than a missile.
Dr. Kiboro, I want to bring you back to the main question. You see, young people of your age and below have always been complaining about bad governance. And in fact, it is them who contribute to bad governance for failure to register and to come out and vote. Because if you stay at home, it means that you are actually voting against your best candidate because you are not there. What I wanted you to tell me is how you will reach them. Not, not because you have that log frame. And by the way, it's okay to benchmark with best practices. So if you have seen a nice log frame from another country, it's a good, it's a good plus. It's not a negative thing. So how do you use your log frame specifically in our current situation to actually register as many young people who already have ID cards to vote?
Yes. Yeah, thank you. If I've gotten you very well, Ambassador, a time has come for the Commission of this country to set out the funds for public participation. We need to engage and improve, increase public participation ratio so that we reach out to as many voters as possible. Number two, we are not starting from zero. As a commission, we are not starting. As a commission, we have secretariat that is in place, that has offices across the country. I believe if we plan very well, we prepare very well, we plot very well in an efficient, effective, economical, we can reduce the number of people not participating in the democratic practices.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kiboro, and all the best. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you. I want to invite our colleague, FCPA Tanui, to ask you some questions.
Thank you, Chair, and Mr. Kiboro. Let me also appreciate your dad and your efforts for the achievements that you've achieved at the young age of 37. Now, the second schedule of the IEBC Act, I believe you have told us you are a stickler to details, and I believe since you knew you were coming for an interview for IEBC, I expect you to have read the IEBC Act. And since you wanted to be a commissioner, you must have inquired on how commissioners conduct their business and affairs of the commission as provided for under the second schedule. So kindly give us some highlights of how do commissioners at IEBC conduct their affairs and business of the commission as provided for under the second schedule of the IEBC Act.
Thank you. I want to be honest, I will just try because my background is not law. I will lose nothing if I become honest. I honestly, I will lose nothing if I become honest. What I know is that the commission is usually led by the chairperson, who has the same qualification with the Supreme Court judge. It has also other 6 commissioners. And the secretariat is headed by the CEO. The commissioners, they are there for policy formulation and oversight. They are the top. They are the top decision making of the commission. Yes. Should I be selected, I will stand to be inducted more. The time has come for people to be honest. Yes.
Okay, we can move on. How can you ensure that IEBC, or what strategies and policies can you put in place if appointed as a commissioner to ensure that the commission is able to handle emergency or crisis while handling election-related matters?
Strategies to
handle emergencies or crisis management at IEBC.
Crisis management at IEBC. Thank you. One of the strategies that one has to need to be a commissioner is to be firm. You must be firm. That's one of the character trait. You must be firm. Number 2, emergency situations at the IEBC. The only currency that can be used there is by law. Adherence to the law and defendance to the law. Because if you follow law, the law as a guidelines on how we can handle those emergencies. Number 3, improving communication. Improving communication. You can be doing a lot, but you will be rated wrongly if you don't know how to communicate, when, and to who. Number 3, crisis of 2 nature. We can have data crisis or a personnel crisis. And a data crisis, we must have a very, very strong backup to handle those crises. But at a personal level, we have code of ethics that guide the operations or the working of every commissioner. If it is in data, I think we need to have a very, very, very strong server. A server is a highly automated backstopping system intertwined with a watertight software that handles and receives electronic data in real form and real time. And it is the last line of defense when doubt emerges as a result of data accuracy, verification, and traceability. So if we have a very strong software or a very strong data for that, I think in data crisis, we will be zeroed. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Back to you, Chair.
When we introduce ourselves, Mr. T did not get time to say his name. He will say his name to you, then he will proceed and ask his questions. Please.
Thanks so much, Chair. Dr. Kibol, my name is 𝐍𝐴𝐷. I represent the political parties in this panel and a member of this panel. Now, I'm happy to deal with somebody who is very keen to details, according to your presentation. Could you please tell the panel the date of the next general election.
Date of the next?
When are we going to conduct our 2027 general election?
The second Tuesday of August.
Good. Let's go ahead. What was the population quota at the first delimitation in 2012?
Sorry?
The number of the population quota when the first boundary delimitation was done.
In 2012,
Yes.
the population quota.
Can I move from figure?
I
Let's-
have not got it very clear, Bwana Misate.
I'm asking you, what was the quota, the population quota, when the first boundary delimitation was done in 2012?
In other words, how many people were designated for each electoral area, say constituency, in 2012 as the average number? That's the question he's asking. And for an economist, this is a...
Around 70,000.
Okay.
Let's move. Are you aware the number of protected constituencies that were protected at that time?
Uh, 290.
Let's move. From your understanding, during the general elections, we bring in new staff, like we call them temporary staff. Could you please tell this panel some of the risks you can anticipate during having such a mass number of people?
Thank you. In the last general elections, the commission had conducted around 500,000 electoral personnel who under a lot of risk, like profiling. Some of them were being profiled by politicians. That this person, we are fearing pengine atavuruga uchaguzi. That was one of the major risk. Number two, and also areas and the challenge of securities.
Now, thanks so much. Let me leave you at that, and I wish
Number
you all the
three,
best.
kidogo. Number three, all these people, not of them are more qualified in terms of understanding concept very fast.
Now that you have invited me back, what will be the limit if you are given an opportunity and you are a commissioner? What will you do to avert any of the risks during that period?
Early preparation and planning. Early preparation.
Specific
and
activities that you will propose as a commissioner
to avoid those ones, I think the commission can adopt high technology, use of technology.
Thanks so much, and I wish you well.
Thank you.
Thank you. I invite Fatuma Saman to ask some questions, please.
Dr. Kiboro,
Yes.
the civil society plays a critical role in the process of elections. How do you think IEBC should engage them? How should they be engaged by the IEBC?
the IEBC should engage the civil society in a very transparent and structured manner, so that it does not deem the civil society is controlling the IEBC, or the IEBC is ignoring the civil society. There must be a structured way of engaging with the civil society.
Is that all?
In terms of structured, in terms of their main activities, voter education, voter registration, intelligence gathering, dispute resolution. Yeah.
Thank you. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Tuma. I want to ask 𝐍𝐝𝐴𝐬𝐸 to ask you some questions. Nicodemus, please.
Yes, Chairman, thank you very much. Daktari, you know, you mentioned the time you entered the university. You forgot to mention the time you left.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I forgot because it was in graduate on 9th December.
9th December, at what time?
11:20.
11:20.
That is when my name was mentioned
oh, yes.
by the dean of faculty. 11:20.
Yes.
Yes.
And
at bachelor's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's not go to the masters and to the, because of the
yes.
time difference in South Africa and Kenya, we might get confused.
Yeah.
Now, we are. I'm excited that you mentioned something to do with the voter. I mean, members of the public voting, and we had given you the chance. You will have illustrated to us how a person is registered and can vote from home. In which countries is this technology happening?
No, I want to be honest. I'm not going to disclose it because there are many countries like Germany, but I'm not going to disclose because
there's not.
If I'm considered and compensated Mwenyezi Mungu, the country will enjoy it for free. But if I'm not considered, they might contract me to
sell it to them.
Yeah. The time has come for people to be honest.
Are you bribing this panel?
I'm not bribing at all.
That we must bring you in so that you can give us this technology for free.
I want to say this one. Every person in this world has as innovation or must come up with something that will make him or her more competitive.
I agree with you.
Yes, we have even patentized more competitive. Yes. Today, somebody who invented Facebook, if he went on talking in the street, he could not be around $183 billion rich. So a time has come for me to trend very carefully because this is an asset.
Have you tested this asset?
Tested actually, and I come with the laptop. I would have projected step by step.
Then you
how you go log in as a
candidate,
as a voter. From logging as a voter, if you try to log in before, the system will tell you voting has not started.
Okay.
Voting has not started.
Yeah.
But this is a very serious issue. Very serious. When you log in, confirm if in Kenya we start voting at 6, you try to log at 5:50. It will tell you, sorry, Nicodemus, voting will start in 10 minutes. Then after 10 minutes, when you log in after 10 minutes, then you will be asked, which county? Let's say Vihiga County. Then which sub-county? Rwanda sub-county, for example. Which police station? Mwitoko police station. Then your name will appear.
Yes.
Your name will appear. Then you tick your name.
Yes.
Then from there, you go next page. Presidential candidate. They are there. We have a presidential candidate. To say we have Bode, we have Jackson, we have anyone.
Yes.
Then you tick. You go next page, governor for your county. From there, senator. From there, women rep. From there, MP. From there, MCA. Then, before you submit, the system will recheck whether those are the people you have voted. Recheck. the check. Then from there, you submit. When you submit, comfortably, you will know which position ulikuwa na mangapi ku vote in your polling station, how many people voted. You will know even at a country level, which million are you in terms of moving. The candidate will know who is ahead. Very clear.
What about during closing?
Then, from there will be an article, approved and the running data. Approved and run data, the voter will not have credentials. That will be the credential of the IEBC. And I want to assure this commission and the country, kwa mapenzi ya Mwenyezi Mungu nipata hii kazi, there will be no dispute. There will be no dispute. No one will dispute the results. Number two, at the closure of the voting, all those who are divided from MCA to governor, except the president, will know who has won immediately. But for the president, because of uploading and the running the data for constitutional threshold, the system, the country will know who has won between 18 to 22 minutes. Between 18 to 22 minutes.
After what time?
After the voting has closed.
What time will that be?
If the voting has closed between, the last person has voted and it has closed between, the system closed at 6, then the country should know that they are president by 6:25. By 6:25.
There will be no server.
Sorry?
There will be no server.
No, this system is highly intertwined in a server, such that even if you complain in uploading, you are uploading the result from a particular place. Results are not uploaded periodically, the way I saw the other day doing. And sorry to say, I'm a consumer of intelligence. Any serious server with watertight security features, it should upload the result instantly. And in fact, we have a formula of a strength of the server. And that time I could show you how that server can withstand trillions and trillions of data without collapsing. So there's capacity. There is capacity. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Chair.
There is capacity. And the 500,000 people who would have otherwise not enjoying their democratic right to vote will vote.
Let me just ask a follow-up question, Chair, if you give me a minute. What is the level of computer literacy in Kenya?
That with the emergency and good infrastructure in our country, although I do not have exact level, but I believe the level of computer literacy is around 57%. However, this system will be piloted and the people will be trained. Today, Nicodemus, you can only go to bank when you want when you have a very, very serious assignment. You can withdraw money, you can in bank, you can pay school fees, comfortably even, or take a cup of tea at home. True or false? You can do that one.
Yes.
And it is your money doing that one. How comes that we can't vote from home? Ladies and gentlemen, what can hinder us from not delivering free, fair, and credible election? Why?
How will you identify your voters from home?
The system will have a bipolar security feature. Bipolar. Actually, I don't want to delve in it.
I think, Chairman, he's taking me deeper.
Yeah.
So let me just...
No, I want to... No, Kenyans are watching. Kenyans are watching.
No, because of time, I think because you have other candidates who might come in after you.
Yes, but I have gotten the Chairman, concept. If you agree with me, I want to address this panel.
It is me who you are addressing.
Yeah. Kenyans.
Yeah.
We address the Chairman. Kenyans. We address the Chairman. Kenyans are observing us. Kenyans want honesty.
Take a minute and explain bipolar.
Bipolar system, because me now, where you have taken me, I am not.
And bipolar identification in a highly computerized language, it means from the server, as a commissioner, I cannot use your duties to log in and vote. And as a voter, you cannot upload and run data. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
This one will be, okay, I said I am a consumer intelligence. This one will run over the country. The other day, Chairman, you and the Auditor General saying 200 Kims were lost and not traceable. Were lost and not traceable. And there's gold they can be used to, this is Kenya, they can be used to send a report. As a commissioner, when I'm sitting here, that technology, that way of voting, will counter those ones. We'll counter those ones.
Okay.
Chairman.
You didn't say ICT is one of your skills. Is that one of them?
It is one of them, eh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Oh, okay, you forgot to mention when Linda asked.
Yeah.
But Madam Koki has an advice for you as an advocate of the High Court. Madam Koki, please.
No, actually not as an advocate, but more as an academic. You are talking about, thank you. You are talking about this very innovative idea you have come with, the system. Have you patented it? Have you registered it as a patent so that you own it? And then you can share it and everybody will know it's yours.
I'm testing and retesting, sooner or later.
Then you must register it, and then as a nice patriotic Kenyan, whether or not you succeed today, you can donate it to the IEBC.
Thank you very much.
And Kenya will be a better country, and then we'll acknowledge you because you already own all the innovation.
Thank you very much, Ambassador, for your point of information. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Asante, I want to ask the professor now to engage you about the server. Professor, please.
Jackson,
Prof.
what's your work experience? Where have you worked? As what? For how many years?
I have worked at the devolved unit for the last 12 years in senior positions of principal administrator, principal finance officer.
Does the devolved unit or units have a name?
Tharaka Nithi County Government.
Only in Tharaka Nithi. And you did your master's in which year?
Sorry?
When did you do your master's?
In South Africa.
When?
Between 2013 and 2015.
And you are already working in Tharaka Nithi?
There's a way you can ask for a leave.
And you asked for leave?
Yes.
And you did your PhD in which years?
2016 to 2022.
And you are also working in Tharaka Nithi?
Yes.
So all these innovations, you are talking about election technology, where did you get it from?
Sorry?
All these innovative things on election technology, where do you learn it from or experience it to the extent that you have a system you are developing?
Thank you very much. At one point, I became an election observer.
Talk to the mic so that we can.
At one time, I became an election observer. And also here in Kenya was a presiding and deputy presiding officers. And I realized how elections were being managed and the stress involved in those ones.
Thank you. My last question. Describe a specific instance where you are asked to do something unethical or advised to lie about something, if at all there's any in your experience. Elaborate on how you handled the situation and why you responded the way you did.
An incident where I was thrown to?
I said if there is an instance during your work experience or academic experience where you were asked to do something unethical or advised to lie about something, elaborate on how you handled the situation and why you responded the way you did. If at all there's an instance. If there isn't, also we just leave it.
My seniors understand my character, the way for many years I've worked with them, and I'm happy to say no one, and I want to appreciate them in a very special manner, no one came to me with an unethical request. No one.
Thank you, Chair.
No one came to me with an unethical request.
Thank you.
Okay, Prof, do you have 2 last questions, please?
You are an economist,
Yes.
so you know the general things about economics in this country.
Yes, but the professor, economic parameters keeps changing.
Okay. Okay. I want to ask you one that has not changed. I want to ask you one that has not changed in the last 2 years. Who is the permanent secretary for the National Treasury?
Dr. 𝐍𝐝𝐞𝐫𝐞.
Thank you. What is the legislative arm of the African Union, and where is it, which country and city is it situated in?
Legislative arm.
Of the African Union.
It is Addis Ababa. It is in Ethiopia, in a city of Addis Ababa.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jackson. It's been a great pleasure talking to you and hearing about your extremely innovative thinking about around elections, and just learning from your experience. I don't know whether you have any comment or a final something that you want to say, or a question, please.
Thank you. I want to follow up with Wakili. He asked me a question about the pressure. Where will pressure come in the management direction? Because there's a very clear law. The law is going to people and in data. Pressure. That one has actually entered in my heart. Someone pressurizing me to do something unethical, and there's a clear law, no chairman. So the currents I'm bringing in this one is adherence to the law, data management, and the fear of the wrong. In fact, you have seen, niongee kwa Kiswahili, huku nje vile kumechemuka. Professor, huku nje vile kumechemuka. You have heard even the opposition, what they are saying. They are cramming for use of manual. You have heard? You are all consumer of it. Even before I came here, you know me. You know me, this team knows me, even before I came here. So you are consumer of intelligence. Cramming about the manual. The opposition is cramming about the manual. Huko nje serikali imejipanga, upinzani umejipanga, wanajeshi wamejipanga, wakereketo wamejipanga, na pia wauni wamejipanga. Na unasikia pati moja inasema manual. As a commissioner, why are they talking about manual? Mr. Chairman, as I sit here today, if those commissioners who will come here will not be more innovative, and they come up with a very good system to support digital voting, we must experience a very dry day during voting. Yeah.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Kindly remember to pick your certificates. They are somewhere at the door as you walk out. The notebook is yours, the pen, and even the bottle of water. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Dr. Jackson.
Thank you.
Blessings
Thank
to
you,
you.
Chairman. Thank you, Chairman.
Asante.
Thank you. Thank you.
Asante.
Thank you. Thank you.
The camera should go for some humor.